Well, as you know, it was during my tenure as mayor when most of this was done. It's when we started the Madison Civic Center. It was during my administration that the Olbrich Center was designed and funded. And also when we created the Arts Commission and made a commitment that the arts would become part of not just city life, but also part of the vision for the city. It was not just to create an artistic community where people could go and watch performances, but it was also to nurture the artists themselves, the arts organizations. That's one of the reasons we created the position of Poet Laureate. It seems to me that a community is not complete without a commitment to the arts. It's a way of growing, it's a way of understanding others, and it's a way of understanding themselves. And so with that base established, it would be my intention and goal to continue opening up the arts to the community and to work in areas where we've fallen down. For example, I still don't believe that we understand overture. We've never done a complete study of the impact of such a facility on the larger community. It's not just a question of how overture itself works, but its impact on other venues such as the Barrymore, how it impacts the local theater companies. And then of course we've got other arts, the visual arts as well. And while overture is a home to a very wonderful Madison art facility, there are other programming goals that we have. There's little clusters on Monroe Street, on Williamson Street. So we have to understand that the arts can't be oriented just towards large facilities. I don't know what the Madison schools will do, but in terms of the city, my goal would be to continue the level of support we've got today, both in terms of our commitment to festivals and programs, as well as our commitment to the work of the Arts Commission. The impact of the state budget means we really have to run on several tracks at once. We have to we have to prepare for a worst-case scenario. For the 2012 budget, we may have to make adjustments to the 2011 budget. In both of those cases, I think it's incumbent upon us to have the arts community involved in any discussions before any decisions are made. Of course, the other thing we'll continue to do is approach the state during this next legislative session when it will be adopting its budget and doing the best we can, not just for Madison, but for our school district and for the arts community. There's no question that the city's commitment to the arts and its involvement with the artistic community has been of economic benefit to everyone. I can remember when the size of the crowds for the art fair on the square were 1/4 of what they were now, and there was no art fair off the square and no art fair off the square. The development of the Civic Center and a lot of the other programming has clearly been of economic benefit to the city of Madison, as has one of, I think, the important programs I began, which was the Art Grants program, which was designed specifically to nurture and sustain local artists. But I want to make one point as we discuss and recognize the economic importance of the arts. Our commitment to the arts should not be based on the economics. If we start measuring everything in that regard. I'm fearful that we're going to lose our commitment to the arts. Yes, the arts are good economically. I think it's important to recognize the benefits economically, but there's no young struggling artist who's ever been able to economically justify what they've done. Well, I mean, the list is really long. I've got a daughter who's a professional actress. If people are watching Showtime on Monday, March 28th, they can see The United States of Tara and see Rachel in a very nice scene playing a waitress from Toni Collette. Another daughter is an art major at the University of Wisconsin, and besides having won a lot of recognitions, we love her dearly. We've been to plays recently, we've been to concerts, and I imagine just some of the things we do informally, I would say, is a commitment to the arts. I mean, my wife is always painting. You never know what's going to happen on the inside of the home. And there's a continual ongoing discussion about performances, about performers, about artists, about new things that are happening. And I guess I want to leave with that as what's important to us, because it's not just going to the shows, but it's recognizing on a day-to-day basis when I walk into my home and there's something new there, that's the arts. Mm-hmm. Yes, and it's this. Imagine going to a concert, to a play, or a motion picture, and there's hundreds, if not 1,000 or more seats, and there's only yourself and 2 or 3 other people in the audience. Some of us have all experienced that in certain movies, that's for sure. It's not a fulfilling experience. It could be the same wonderful concert, it could be the same wonderful performance, but watching it alone is a rather hollow experience. And I think what we have to appreciate is how that performance, whether it's a play, it's looking at a work of art, it's listening to a poet recite, it's what we share with the audience in terms of a common experience. That's what's so important about the arts. That's why they're so special. And when we understand that, we begin to get a greater appreciation, not just for the artists, but for the meaning of our own lives.